Matt Dagley with the Laker News. Today we're going to hop aboard Halifax Transit's new pilot electric bus.
So the configuration is all the same, so when you walk on you don't realise you're on a different bus.
No.
Except for, this bus is running, right? Think of the engine,
right.
Although it's an electric motor, it is running and you can hear the signal lights. And we are talking, and this lady here can hear me.
Right.
Try that on a diesel bus. So when people are on them, it will encourage conversation, so it'll start getting noisier because but you're not shouting.
Right.
You're not shouting back and forth. And you can actually have a conversation on the way to work. We've got 150 kilowatt chargers which are going to be installed. They're not installed, we're still in construction phase. So 150 kilowatts, 600 kilowatts of batteries from 0 to 100, 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours. Now, the bus will never ever get to 0. It's got a built-in mechanism with the computer and the shutdown.
Okay.
It'll only go, and I'll use the number 20.
Okay.
20%. We never charge to 100%, although the gauge will say it's 100%.
Okay. Right.
It only charges to 80, 90, because when these buses go downhill, it's called regenerated.
Oh, it does.
power.
Okay. Excellent.
So the motor becomes a generator.
Right.
Like on the high density routes like Spring Garden Road, Barrington, Portland Street, is that a factor in deployment? Like, will you deploy the electric buses where the sidewalks are tight and there are hundreds of people an hour on the sidewalks? Is that a factor?
I would say probably not purposely, but it'll probably end up happening simply because those are your shorter, more compact routes, right? So like that's where like the one is a great example. It's not an overly long route, but it's a busy route, and there's a lot of starting and stopping. So these have regenerative braking, so that's gonna like a route like that, and more urban route is gonna work better for any bus, generally speaking.
Right.
We've changed the seats out to a thermoplastic molded seat with a washable cushioning base and back, and also we've incorporated a drain hole. So if someone inadvertently spills their coffee, their Coke, their juice or whatever on the seat, rather than the normal cushion becoming wet and someone comes in and sits on it and goes, oops, I've now got a wet bottom, it'll drain through the drain hole. But more importantly, it allows our staff to clean the seats. We can wipe them down, we can pressure wash them, and they dry straight away.
So if an electric bus was to catch fire, what equipment would be required to extinguish that fire, and do we have it here in Halifax?
We've actually met with Halifax Fire. They've come and inspected our building. They've made some recommendations which we've implemented, and we've got notifications on the bus through the telematics on the bus, and it's got 3 different stages of alarm. And it measures not only the temperature of the batteries, but also the pressure in the battery, because if it's going to be a thermal event, the battery will start pressurizing. And it will send through the telematics, and it goes to our control center, it will come to the mechanic's office in the garage, and we'll say, okay, we're getting an alarm. The operator will get an alarm. The operator's been trained on what he's got to do to shut the bus down and get the passengers off the bus. And when you isolate the bus, it cuts off all the high voltage. If the battery continues to burn, we get to what we call stage 2. The fire brigade is called. They come out, they deal with the fires.
When will we see the first electric buses on the streets around Halifax?
I can't give you a fixed date because that's being worked out with our planning and community engagement group. We want to test the bus under all different scenarios, different weights, different topography, because a bus will perform differently, just like your own vehicle. It does 10 litres to the 100 kilometres with 2 people in it. You put 4 people in it, load up the luggage, drive it in a windy day, a stormy day, through snow, that fuel economy will change. It's the same with the battery bus. We need to get a real solid database so we know that with this amount of charge, on this type of weather, these type of conditions, this bus will perform to this level.
60 electric buses are expected to ride